And I'm sure you probably already knew that because then there wouldn't be Geek Squad if it wasn't Tuesday. And tomorrow's a holiday. So yeah, it's exciting. But today we're talking about ride hailing services. And this is, basically we decided to talk about this following our conversation from last week. Where we're talking about food tech and delivery came in and people had their concerns with how delivery services were run. We had a call from someone who was a delivery person, and he told us something we didn't know about how sometimes it's not really their fault. They just get there and the food is not even ready. So they're delaying because they're also being delayed. And as a result, we realized that, hey, there's always two sides to a story. So why don't we hear from their side some of the challenges they're using? Because, hey, mind you, taxi technology taxi services have been, has evolved with technology. And now we have so many ride-hailing services that have made it easy for both us, the riders, and the drivers. So anybody can sign up to be a driver. Previously, you'd have to go and get your car, painted yellow, and get an embossment on the side to become a taxi driver. But now, even Michael can just drive his BMW to a ride-hailing service provider and say, hey, I want to be a driver and get a quote-unquote license to drive, and then starts accepting rides. I'm actually going to do that with Sonic. The profit margin on that would be minus. Hey. There could be a profit. How many people would be, happy to have it running?
When Uber started, one of the earlier drives, someone literally registered his McLaren onto there. So imagine how happy you'll be standing there waiting for Uber to come. Then next thing you know, McLaren 720S.
Nice. So today it's going to be an interactive conversation because we also want to hear from you. You can send us a WhatsApp on 055 111 997 055 111 997 055 111 997. And you can tweet at us with the hashtag JoyGeekSquad. And I didn't mention last week's episode, so if you missed that, you can go listen to it on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, on Spotify, on myjohnlight.com, basically everywhere. Just Google it. You can even go on YouTube and watch the live stream. And so, we're a tech show. Just Google us, Joy Geek Squad. So, welcome, guys, to the studio.
Good evening.
Winston, Michael, you guys are already known, so your welcomes are natural. But we have two other gentlemen I'm going to allow to introduce themselves. From Michael's left,
Eric.
Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hi.
And Eric, what do you do?
I'm into clothing business and Uber as well.
Right. And then?
Sly. I'm a courier, a dispatch rider.
Right. Nice, Sly. I know Sly from Geek Squad. Sly is an ardent listener of Geek Squad, so it was very interesting to hear that, to hear him call and give his opinion on things. It's very good to have you here, Eric and Sly.
Thank you.
Great. So, before conversation begins, I'm not going to start with you, Michael and Winston, because, I know your opinions on this matter already. But, Eric and Sly, has technology made your life easier with what you do?
Yes, it has. Last week we discussed about the stress in some of these things, driving your car, going to the restaurant or wherever it is that you are going to do the purchase, and whatever traffic, delay, all of that has been cut short. So right now, the couriers are there to do that for you. So I'll say yes.
It has made your life easier. Eric?
Sure.
Yeah. For some of us, after service there was no job.
Right.
So through this means we got ourselves some job to do and we added up. So one would even say you even earn more than being in the office.
Oh, that's true.
Sly just added, that's true. Charlie, you guys are convincing us to quit our jobs and just go start.
No. Be in your lane.
we shouldn't come and saturate your business.
Yeah.
I know, right? You know, that was very aptly put. He says, "Be in your lane."
Be in your lane.
Coming
be
from
in
the
your lane.
biker as well, it's very important that you be.
Very aptly put. So we will stay in our lane, which will be the left lane. We'll
Yes.
stay there. Don't worry.
Yes.
But
yes.
so moving on. Last week, you drew our attention to some of the challenges, Sly,
Yes.
and that was primarily the fact that when it comes to delivery, for instance, you get to the restaurant and then the food is not ready,
Yes.
and you know we also realized that some people also did not know how to send the locations accurately.
Sure.
So you would never get the actual destination that you're supposed to get to.
Yes.
Now, I want to ask you, is there a possibility that sometimes they do send the location accurately and the map has not gotten you to where you're supposed to be? Has that ever been the case, Sly?
Well, even this week,
Mhm.
I've had such situations like more than 3 times. And you get there, and what they will tell you is, I just sent you where I was, the location.
Mhm.
So I don't really know. I can't really tell whether the app can give you a different location from what they send you. But the whole thing is, we get to go where you send to us to come.
Yeah.
That is the whole point. So if you get there and you are not there, then it's a whole different thing altogether. Yesterday, like this, I have to do like 2.5 kilometers right from a location sent to me again.
Wow,
And
that's a lot.
Yes, and with that, I'm not being paid for because that's not what the app.
Told you.
Yes.
Right. Eric, do you also ever experience this problem?
Oh, yeah. Even
Rider
with the-
sending you a wrong location.
Yeah, you know, with our own, once you request, it's either you type in your pickup location, or automatically it picks wherever you are.
Yeah.
But there are times it will be far from where you are, but within certain radius. So before I move, I will call you just to confirm where you are. There are some of them, if you call them, they become very loud. They think you are stressing them. After all, they requested and the pickup location is already there. So I'll just go cool and let you know the reason why. I have to know where I have to confirm where you are. Then when I get to know where you are, because I've been driving for some time, I know some places, most of the places. So then I can drive along using the Google map. So if it's not right, then I can find my way out.
Well, Winston, you've been using maps for a while. Have you ever followed Google Maps and been led astray?
Okay, so yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I'd like
even
to hear the story.
even quite recently. So the funniest story happened some years back, where a very good friend of mine and we were going to Ashesi for the first time, Brekusu, and we just put in the maps, and Google Maps somehow managed to take us up some hill that seemed to be some military base, and military men pointed guns at us.
Wow.
And we were like, we just showed them the map that this is where it told us to pass. But on a recent level, in the Chado area, there's this very interesting thing that happens when you take an Uber. When you're on the Mahama Road and you are going along it, it tells you to take a right near the Chain Homes area. But I know there's no route that way into Chado. You'd have to keep going straight to the last roundabout and take the. But it always seems to do that, and it's when you decide to keep going that it corrects. There has been certain times where an Uber driver wanted to take the right, and if I wasn't paying attention, I would be like, "Yo, where are we?" So yeah, it does happen quite often where the map presumes a certain route for you to take, and when you go, you end up getting stuck somewhere that you shouldn't have been.
Michael.
My story is old. I mean,
Yeah.
this pre-iPhone days.
Okay. Then
like,
don't tell it, because then it wasn't Google Maps.
It
Then
was Google Maps. What are you
Please.
talking about?
Yeah, I know, but it was Google Maps, a small letter M. Because
not-
pre-iPhone days,
When-
what were we using?
Styluses.
TomTom. I mean, that's the only map.
TomTom with their CDs they didn't have a CD for Africa, let alone Accra. And certainly
So-
not when I went to get lost inside Tishi. Trying to.
Well, that's understandable. Okay, tell us.
I
what
mean,
happened.
yeah, I understood why it happened, but then at the moment where the car was stuck and I could feel the fire ants going up my leg trying to push it out of the mud, my understanding wasn't quite there. But yeah, I did try to find my way from Deep Tishi, which I wasn't used to at the time, to Beach Road. That was a mistake because, like I said, the car did get stuck in some mud. No problem. There's 5 of us, 5 strong lads in the car. We can push it out. We did.
Relatively strong.
Look, the car weighed less than the table you're sitting behind. It's fine. So yeah, we pushed it out, and as I pushed it, I was like, why is this burning sensation coming up my trouser leg? And as I realized that, yeah, in the pushing, I managed to step into a fire ant nest, and they were getting, well, they had reached past my knees. So I'm sure most male listeners cannot imagine how much control I had over my body at the time. So yeah, needless to say, my dignity was saved, as was the rest of my body. And we did arrive at the destination anyway, so it worked.
Well, I did experience something similar, and it's funny how it was very close to where you are. It seems the Teshi Nungwa area wasn't really mapped out well, because that was the area that I was also trying to find my way. I was looking for a shortcut, and I knew there was a road, there was a back road through, like, behind Nungwa through Teshi, and that would bring me to, I think, the military base area. And yeah, the map said go straight, and there's a long straight road. So I'm like, yeah, that's the road I'm looking for. Followed, went through left, right, off road, on road, and then finally ended up at the so-called road where the map said turn right. I'm like, I don't see road. So I got out of the car, walked up to the point where it says turn right, and guess what was there? A railroad.
Oh.
So Google Maps was intending for me to drive on the tracks, rail tracks, all the way to Circle. That was very interesting.
I do not recommend that. I've done it before. I did get a lot of belt lashes that day. Don't do that. Do not try and take your car on a railway, even if you know for a fact the train isn't coming.
Bro,
when you get home, the train will
there's no way I could have done that because it was in a ditch.
Oh, then your case cast.
Yeah. But yeah, so that actually brings us to the consensus that the maps can actually sometimes glitch up a bit.
Sure.
One thing I've observed with map usage here, especially, we don't pay enough attention to it. Remember the tip we gave last time that, especially on WhatsApp can tell you how accurate the map dot you dropped can be. That when you put it in, it says that it shows a circle, and it says just beneath it that this dot is accurate to approximately XY meters. So sometimes you can, and if you stay focused, and if you're outside with clear sky, not necessarily clear sky, but if you're outside where the satellites can pinpoint you, as opposed to being indoors, you notice that the thing can go as low as sometimes 2 or even 1 meter, and that's extremely accurate. And so just take that, well, if that app allows you to do that, just take the time to do that. If not, there's nothing wrong with taking control, zooming in, and naturally pinpointing the position
exact place
on
you want to be.
the map. Because both of you know that my place, you dare not try and leave any map to automatically set itself. Or that's how, if I say come to Palace, and next thing you know, I've ended up going all the way to airports or LWAC. That's no that. So I take the time someone says, oh, I need to take a Uber or something, they start pinpointing. I take the phone from them and like, okay, this is the house, here is the gate, drop. Then when the driver calls, I was a map hacker. Oh, don't worry, boss. It is accurate. It has been tested. And now, anytime they come over, no one gets lost. And that's even aside saying that, oh, there's a shop up the road. Go there instead. And when I have sent it as well, today, I told someone to do that, and he went to the shop one street over. So the confusion got thick. But
So,
10 seconds later, the guy said, okay, he's going to retread his tracks. And he saw where he needed to go. Easy peasy.
right,
Another
so-
thing, sorry, I wanted
Right.
to add is that the Google Maps can be trained, which is something I have experienced. So very close to my where I live. Anytime I took an Uber, it kept telling it to leave. It kept telling the Uber to take a left. There's no way left. So I always have to say, oh, there's no way left, take a right. I've realized in recent time, the Uber has recorrected itself. It never tells them to go left. So one of the key factors is that I think that we users have to understand is that the driver, he's coming to your place. He doesn't know where you live. He doesn't know. You make it seem like he is very conversant with the route you take on a daily basis. Sometimes he's seen these places for the first time. If he's well versed in the area, it's a totally different conversation. Like for instance, it's very difficult for Uber drivers to get lost in a place like Osu. It's a place they are always going to, around the Accra Mall area. It's a place they're always going to. So it's easily gone. It's not going to happen. But if you are living somewhere in in Teshi, or like if you are living inside some place that a new building could pop up within 3 months to block some road, how Uber is not going to take that? Are you going to call Uber to tell Uber that you built a house on this road? That's not going to happen. So you need to relax.
I think it also brings the concern that we barely plan in this country.
Yeah.
Typical example is my area. If you're coming to me, I have to call you. If at any time I request any ride-hailing service, a cab from any of these ride-hailing services, I always have to call them and tell them that don't take the first turn, come straight, take the right turn where the mosque is. And if I miss that call, they're going to end up on a hill behind my house where they can't come down. And I can't climb up. So we're going to look at each other. I'm going to look up at them and say, hey, it's me. You have to go around and come. But the map used to always recommend that route to them to drive there. And I always have to call them. So it's one thing that our listeners, also the users of the maps, need to take into consideration. It's a technology. It works. Sometimes. 90% of the times it works. But in this part of the world where the planning is next to zero, where a house just sprang up on a road. So right now I have only one road that leads to my house. Yeah, because the other alternate route, a house has just sprung up on it. And the map told me one day when I was going home, oh, there's an alternate route, and I was excited. Drove all the way till I got to a dead end. There was a house, and the map just said, go straight.
Yeah.
I'm like, going to someone's house? Are you serious?
See, Kobe,
Yeah.
never follow that. Look, it's not even been 2 weeks. I had a serious accident.
Wow.
Look, I was going and this map was saying I should turn left. Since it's a bike, so I just turn left. And I saw this, I don't know whether to call it a sea, but a big place with full of water.
Let's call it a sea.
A big place. It's a very big place, and they fenced it like this. So the water is just dropping with some stairs. And people are using the place. I saw bicycle pass there. I saw motor
it's like East Lagos on that area.
Yes, I was going to Adringano.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
I like that.
That place
Kobe,
is not
I
easy.
turned and I went to pass there, not knowing there's a very big hole just on the stairs, and the water has filled it and it's dropping
What's
little.
it?
And I went to fell in it, just
Wow.
like that. That day, I was shaking like something.
If you find Google, you go beat up. So, Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle, your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll take some comments from you. I want to hear your stories with Google Maps, with the ride-hailing services, courier services, all having to do with the location tracking. So get ready. You're going to share with us.
Business no a bit me say. So the
You wanna come and
projections
wait
from
to
the
ask.
first quarter show a higher total gross profit for the fiscal year. A bit me kasa say
Nana, goods not land you. He did the port right.
a bit me say.
Here are your items. Thank you for coming.
A bit me kasa say
Yes, 2 for 10 cedi. Me no 10 cedi. 2 for 10 cedi.
Waje die no a bit me akodanim. Emfa ho business away. The biara ho bia. Ye wo hase be boa. MTN Business meant to enable your business stay ahead of the pack. Trisha yen ewo mtnbusiness.gh at mtn.com. Fre ana WhatsApp yen ewo 0244 308 111. Na ye chire wo mu. MTN everywhere you go.
Geek Squad.
And we're back. There's good news for small to medium scale business owners. With SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. This service allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS, data, and business content all bundled in one subscription. The other exciting news is you get free on-net calls. Yes, free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Simply dial *5060 hash to sign up today. Or you can WhatsApp or call 0244 308 111. It's 0244 308 111 for more information and stay connected everywhere you go. So got some messages here. Nice topic, Kobe. I always have issues with some of the drivers about locations. Some of the drivers do not pay attention to where they are going because they sit in the car and make noise in the name of music. So even if they call or you call them, they can't hear you. I think it's indiscipline, so they must pay attention. That's Mike in Adenta. Mike says the drivers are indisciplined and they're always playing, they're making noise in the name of music. So you can send us a WhatsApp message 055 1111997 055 11 997 or 055 11 997. So Eric, they say people are always making noise in the name of music.
Us, you feel like sleeping, but you know there's a promotion going on. You want to fit there. Then you have no other option than to
So
get
play
some
music
on,
so that you don't fall
and there
asleep.
are some of the customers that comes in and they
They
come
enjoy
in with their own pen drives. You know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing.
Seriously.
Someone comes with their own
A
mix.
pen drive, a
Proper
phone, then they'll
jamming.
connect it to the Bluetooth.
They're like,
jamming.
let's jam.
Now they will even give you the music they want to. Seriously. So I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends on individual.
Okay,
Right.
so I have a question. I had a very interesting experience. Well, I was coming back late at night. I got a ride share. So I was coming back, and the driver was so sleepy. It's so sleepy. That was a very, very interesting day for me because I was sitting in the back and I was like, do I tell this man to sleep so I drive his car to my house? But how is he going to leave my house when I get there? And I was like, so and a question many of us, many users want to know is that when it comes to the evening times, there are certain times you call an Uber or a Bolt or any of these ride-hailing apps, and they will tell the driver will tell you, they will call you in the evening, call you that which direction are you going, and then you'll be like, hey, I'm going to this side, and you're like, no, I'm not heading that direction, so you have to cancel the trip and everything. Very, very inconveniencing for many of us. What we would like to know is that do you input your direction on your way home to let the app know that, okay, so I'm heading in this direction,
And I
so
can
only
only pick
give me
people.
people heading in that direction? And how well does that even work? Or is just free for all? So we too also have to do try our luck, and when we get to and you say I'm not going in that direction, we have to try for the next person.
Before I come to that, and concerning the music, you know, when you go for the training, they'll tell you once a rider sits in the car, what you do first to ask, do you care for music? But you know, Ghanaians as we are, you start driving for some time, then you realize you get used to the system. Even if the person comes, you won't even ask such questions. But you are supposed to ask. So if you don't ask, then we put on the music. Some of them,
You don't want it.
they already have their problems before coming to sit in the car. Then they will shout on you, put out the music. Then fast forward, what my brother was saying concerning asking where you are going to. You are not supposed to ask. But these days, crimes are high.
Yeah.
In the evening, you have to ask. I think it's appropriate. Ask where you are going to. If I know you are from here, you are going to Nima. I feel like Nima, I can't go that time. I feel like you're going to Kaso, I can't go that time. Then I'm supposed to tell you security reasons why, you know, I can't go there, bro. Then I'll cut it. But some of them, they won't tell you. They will just, I'm coming, then they will cut it.
So do you get
That's very
penalized
bad.
for that?
No show.
Say again.
Do you get penalized for that?
No, you don't.
So that's why they do
If
that.
you're about to cancel it, they will ask you questions.
Yeah.
Why are you canceling this request? Oh, the rider asked me to cancel it. Then that one, they won't punish you for anything.
Oh, okay.
Like Uber will charge you 5 cedis. No. Then concerning the destination, you are only given 2 slots. Now, the 2 slots is because some of us might not be doing Uber or Bolt full time. So maybe from your house, you're coming to the work site.
You want to share a ride?
You want to share a ride. From workplace, you're going back home. You want to share a ride for only 2 slots. So if the driver has exhausted all these 2 slots, you can't set destination. And there are even times you set destination from here. Maybe I live at Asofa. I set destination to Asofa. Instead of them giving me a trip on the Asofa road or the Insahom road, they won't give me a trip like that because there's no driver around. They'll give me a trip taking me to Kaswa. So if I get there, I might not call the rider. I will get there, ask him, please, where are you going to? If I realize he's taking me to Kaswa, which is not possible.
True.
I'm tired. I want to go and sleep. Yeah.
That's what my driver said whilst he drove us up a pavement near a police
Now,
this thing, barrier.
Checkpoint. That's one thing that we also need to talk about: fatigue. You know, drivers driving under fatigue, and I think these ride-hailing apps should have a limit to how long drivers can drive for, because it's real. No matter how professional, how experienced a driver you are, like those trotro drivers would go and take a few shots because they think that's what keeps their eyes open. You know, it's real. You can get tired. In other countries, police barriers actually check for fatigue. In Germany, for instance, they check truck drivers and every kind of driver for fatigue to make sure that you're not too tired. And if you are tired, they'll let you rest.
I mean, even Le Mans that they drive for 24 hours plus, they do it in teams.
Yeah.
They switch out.
So this, I know saying there's a lot of the ride-hailing drivers are probably like, hey, don't come and pour sand in our Gary. But it's real.
Oh,
do you think that something that should be implemented?
With Uber, I think if you drive for 8 hours, if I remember, it's been a long time I do, but I'm now on boat. If you drive for 8 hours, you can't drive until 4 hours. But with boats, 24 hours, they don't care.
What? Boats, you hear? I beg, limit the drivers. We don't want people sleeping in their cars, because I've also experienced it. The guy actually stopped, bought water and washed his face, you know, just to eye clear, but it didn't work.
They bought rash, and I've been through a lot. They buy rash.
You know what walk my driver out? When there's a turn, like the road starts to bend, and there are these shrubs that have overgrown the island and are coming into the road, and because he was close to the window, some of the shrubs slapped his face and it woke him up. Mind you, it was very dangerous because he was stunned, so he swerved.
Yeah.
If there was another car, he would have gone straight into that car. Luckily, it was very late in the night. And then, so when he dropped me, I just told him, boss, you sleep. Here, nobody who can worry you. Just bed for you.
You know, that's the exact same thing that happened to me. Like, it got so bad that I saw a filling station close to my house. I was like, you know what? You pack your walk home. So you take your money, just park at the filling station and sleep. And he was so grateful because he told me, so here's the reason I asked the question, because he told me that he was going back home in the Dansuman direction.
Yeah.
And I was in East Legon, and he didn't know why Uber gave him to come all the way in the opposite or side, that side. So he was like, but he has to do it. And I'm like, okay.
And even with the Korea, with the food delivery services, it's like that. Me, I don't ride in the evening. But even the riders, sometimes there are some places, if they get the order and they see, they will just call both to cancel it. The company to cancel it.
So, Sai, let me come to you. We were talking about a video we saw where the rider was doing a dagger with somebody's pizza in the back. There have been times when food has been delivered in a not so appealing
shape or form.
Some, you know, you get pizzas are known to be round, but when you get a pizza now looking like a shawarma, that's concerning, you know. Or if your fried rice comes and it's upside down with the shittle oil spread everywhere, that can be, you know, a cause for concern. Is it a thing that you guys sometimes forget that you're carrying something and you meet your people and decide to show skills?
I'm gonna be very honest with you. There are some of the riders who ride very carelessly, and there are those like me who are very careful all the time. That one I won't lie to you. See, that one I won't lie to you. Me, if I'm in traffic and they are coming, I'll just park for them to go. Because look, the least mistake you do, you are scratching somebody's car, and it's not everyone who will just say sorry and will let you go.
Yeah.
You understand? The least mistake, somebody is crossing you, and in traffic you are riding as if you're on a highway. It doesn't make sense to me in any way. So that one, I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some of the riders who are very careless, and there are those who are very careful. But the thing is, sometimes, like you said, you see, this our work. It's time. You see, and we have within some hours that the orders will come, from lunchtime going into dinner between 11 to 5. You see, these are hot hours that you have to make your money. and you go to a store, a restaurant where the food is not ready. Yes, they are taking order. Meanwhile, the restaurant has been given. He has the option not to even on the app if your food is not ready.
Right.
You understand? But the restaurant has on the app receiving orders. Riders will get there, go and sit there for what 40 minutes. By the time he picks the order, he's running to your place, because
Time is running.
yes,
Yeah.
time is running out. If he has cancelled the order and maybe moved to another order, by the time maybe that food is ready, why you be at 3 deliveries already?
True.
Meanwhile, this is your small money, you are delaying the rider.
Yeah.
You see, so these are some of the little. I'm not saying it's good, but these are some of the little things that contribute to the rough ride. And some of them, like you said, because they've been riding for a while, they think they are they are
Valentino
masters, so
Rossi's behind the
yes,
Okada.
they want to be ghost riders, and they'll be doing their thing. So that one day,
But is that a way for you to report to, let's say, the service that brings the consumer and the kitchen or the restaurant and the rider together? Is there a way for you, the rider, to also report, let's say, a restaurant that this
Sure.
restaurant delayed me? You know,
Sure.
because I can report you, the rider,
Yes.
for delaying my food, or
Sure,
the driver
sure.
for delaying my trip.
sure.
But can you, the driver, also report, let's say, a service? Let's say you're doing the food delivery with your car or with your as a courier. Is there a way for you also to give feedback
Oh,
on
yes.
the restaurant
Yes,
that
of
you're working for,
And
whichever?
To add to what Kobe was saying,
Okay.
it was actually something I was thinking about when we had the conversation last week, because it's like, why isn't there accountability on all sides? If I can, I mean, certain services offer the option that if the food is late, you get it for free or at a certain cut cost.
Yeah,
I don't know
which
if
one
that's
is that?
still. I forgot it. I saw it
Because
once.
yesterday my food took 2 hours. I would
I saw it once. It didn't. They gave me back a voucher. I
Right.
think, yeah, a kind of money back voucher. And this is also slightly a question. If that is a situation, do you, the rider, get penalized? But moving forward, I think, isn't with the rider apps, why can't you also rate the place you go and pick up the food from? Because at the end of the day, you will get the most grief from the client, because
That's true.
the client has direct access to you. So I've experienced it several times, and a certain partner of mine doesn't like these kind of things.
shout outs to the sunshine.
Yeah. So
So Sly, do you get to
Sure,
review them?
We have. When you get to the store, there's an option for you to, if the food is not ready, you can lodge a complaint, and they'll call you back, and they'll ask you what is happening. And if you tell them what's happening, sometimes they will ask you to let them speak to whoever is at the restaurant at the moment, or they'll tell you to hang up. They'll call the restaurant, and they'll call them, and they'll get back to you. And after that, they will ask you, would you like them to cancel the order and reassign it to someone else? If you like, they'll do that for you. You'll get a different order. If you don't like to, then you sit there and wait for them to finish. So they do have such options. But as to whether when we make the complaint, I don't know how to put this. They have they have punishment for riders. They can block your account for some time. I don't know whether they have a certain kind of punishment for the restaurants to also block their accounts for some time, because it's frustrating, Kobe. I won't lie to you. Today I had some. The moment I got, I didn't even spend 2 minutes. When you are serving fried rice. The rice na phenomenal. You are taking orders.
So that whole theory when we go to restaurants and our food is delaying and we say they are now planting
the rice.
the rice, that's really
Look, the fried rice, I phenomenal. So you are taking fried rice orders, and I got there. Where is the food? So we are mixing it. I said,
Wait. So did they give you something to eat after they were done for keeping you waiting?
for the way. Where is the food? They said they are mixing it. So I passed the bag, go and check, and there's nothing. They are not mixing anything. So I just went to the woman and said, Madam, please, if you are not having the food, that's why you have so many options on the app.
Yeah.
As to which orders you should take and you shouldn't take. So just do that for us. So I reported it. They cancelled my order. Just then I got another one. I did two. I went 2 deliveries. I came back and the people who were waiting for the fried rice, they were still sitting there.
Wow.
So and with this, you see, the customer wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You see, the customer wouldn't know. The customer also, you get there and they'll tell you that, oh, I ordered the food for 2 hours ago. It's not our fault. Sometimes they'll call you the rider and say, oh, my order, why aren't you bringing me my food? I say, Madam, relax. I just got your order. Now I'm moving to the restaurant. So relax. It's not my fault. You get to the restaurant and it's a different story altogether too.
Great.
So these are some of the little challenges.
Thank you. We've got we'd like to take some calls. Share your stories with us. You can call us on 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Have you ever had an experience with your courier service or your ride-hailing service or your maps? Let me know what it was. And let me read some messages. When I am in my house and I order a cab, the driver normally comes to the next house. But when I order at the entrance of the house or the gates, the driver comes directly to pick me up. So, see what I said last week? The maps sometimes, people need to understand how these sensors work. Your Wi-Fi, for instance, or your telephone signals are usually blocked by a lot of things, glass, concrete walls. So if you're inside, it can usually affect the signal strength. So come outside. It's good. You get fresh air. You get some vitamin D from the sun if it's early in the morning. Spiky, the guy in the office is not giving accurate info. You can only drive 16 hours and rest 5 hours. That's for Bolt. Okay. So it's not 24 hours, 16 hours, and you can rest for 5. Okay. I've had 3 different drivers on occasion refusing to wear masks, and I've turned them off. One actually demanded I pay him for coming all the way and refusing to board the car. My reason to him for not paying is his refusal to wear a mask, and I can't put my life in danger. That's Roberta and Tema. Yeah, so apparently some drivers don't want to wear their masks.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Eric, it's a requirement, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
So if a driver decides not to wear a mask, I can report them.
You can report them.
And if I report them, what happens to them?
Oh, they have their own way. They might send the driver some warning before. It won't be. They will even ask you why you didn't wear it. You know, you have to explain yourself.
Right.
As well. Yeah.
Would there ever be a reason why you shouldn't wear your mask, though?
You know, the
They
interesting
have to
thing.
ask you because some riders can even frame something.
Well, true.
Seriously, it happens severally.
They can fake it that you didn't wear the mask when you
Because
were actually wearing.
they just don't like you, or because something happened. You know.
Okay, so we've got a call on the line. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Good evening. And what's your name?
Yeah, fine evening. This is Sosu Anthony calling from Tema.
Right, Mr. Sosu. Are you do you drive or you use any of these services?
Yeah, I drive. I use both for now.
Right. So what's your experience?
Experience there, we have a lot though. But the main one is when you driving, you get a request and you are driving to pick a rider, and all of a sudden you get it to the end, and then the rider will tell you, no, I'm not there, I'm here and stuff. Some just happened to me just right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I just got a request at KFC, 11 Shell, and I've seen Data Link University. So that's where I'm supposed to pick the rider. So on my way, first of all, I called the rider where he is. He said Central Data Link University. So
right.
I know there by the way. So I'm just driving towards the pickup point. On my way, or for the look of the app, Data Link University is not located at where it is. On the app, it's different thing altogether. So I was just driving, getting to the Data Link, then the rider just canceled. So with that, we are facing a lot of problem in this map system. And it's giving us a lot of headache. And I mean, we need a lot of correction to be done. First of all, I want to correct this, one of your panelists. Uber is giving working time 12 hours.
Okay.
And then both give 16 hours now. Both is giving 16 hours now.
Okay.
So that is the way we run the system now. And then for the pickup point, a lot is happening, especially in this Tema enclaves. Sometimes before you realize you've got into somebody's building and you need to make a turn.
Right.
So we are pleading with our riders to bear with us. When we call them, we don't call them to, direct us. When I call you, I just call you to inform you that I'm on my way. But some riders are rude. When you call them, they'll tell you, please follow them up. We are begging with them. Let them be with us so that we all move together and work perfectly. Thank you very much. I love the show.
Thank you very much, too. We've got another call on the line. Hello?
Yeah, hi, Kobe. Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you're calling from?
This is Alex calling from Hatching.
Hi, Alex. So your experience?
Yeah, so good show once again. I think I just wanted to share experience. My radio went off at a point. I don't know if they've already covered this issue with regards several reasons that the drivers have for actually asking you where you are going before they come to your end.
Right.
I heard one of the guys give an explanation, and obviously, because some of them don't want to go particular ways, or particularly because they feel, oh, if I'm driving 7 minutes to pick you up, to go drop you off at a 5-minute distance, then I will not waste my fuel. Some of them would always ask you where you are going. Now, this is what I do. If you ask me where I'm going, I would find out from you if there is anywhere you do not want to go.
Right.
Because some of them might tell you for security reasons in the night you don't want to go to the Kanswa area or some other area. So I'll ask you, is there anywhere you don't want to go? If you tell me yes, then I would find out where those places are. And if that's where I'm going, I'll tell you, okay, that's where I'm going, so you can cut. But guess what? My majority of the time, my experience has been that the drivers are prepared to ask you where you are going. But they are not willing to answer the question, where don't you want to go? And I wonder, because if you are interested, if you think I should help you out by letting you know whether or not Uber car, why wouldn't you also want me to know what your interest really is?
Right.
But apart from that, I think that most of them are doing good work, but some of them really need good customer training. Let me say one bad experience and I'll leave.
Okay.
A driver got to my house to pick me up. You know, last week I told you I'm a totally blind person.
Yes.
So I was standing at my gate, and I think there was some puddle of water that my daughter told me was just before where the car had parked.
Yeah.
I told the driver she told the driver, draw closer. Because she was a little girl, he didn't mind her. I said, come closer. Probably. Really, I was standing there, the guy just drove off.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And for me, I say some of them would need some better training on customer care. And they should know it's a service they are rendering.
Yeah.
They are not doing anybody any good. It's a service they are rendering. It's a service we are purchasing. So we should seek to meet each other halfway.
Right.
And I think Ghana would really be better.
Great. Thank you very much, Alex. But don't hang up. My producer will talk to you right after this, and I'll pick the next caller. Hello?
Yeah, this is Adam from Osu.
Hi, Adam from Osu.
Please tell them the how will I say, the service fees is too high.
The service fee is too high.
25%. Now both increases from 20 to 25. It's too expensive. Now they increase fuel.
True.
Instead of people to let's say reduce the service fee, both increase the price from 20 to 25.
That's for the riders or the drivers?
For the drivers. Can you imagine? If I got your request, drive like 10 minutes before I pick you. Then where you are going to something like, let's say, 2 minutes drive. Then I took 5 cities. Then out of that 5 cities, both to take 25% from it. They are killing us.
Interesting. Right. So we will definitely put that out there also. So we'll see what can be done about it. But let's see what happens. Do you have any other callers on the line? So we've got a message here. I've driven Uber twice because I closed late from work and the driver was tired and dozing. And I woke them up, and when we got home, to end the trip. It's insane. That's from Ivan. So Ivan had to drive twice because they were tired and sleepy. Well, some of the concerns, the maps and the rider's location. So, Eric, is it possible that sometimes a rider sends you a location, and then when you call them, they mention another location which is different from what they sent you?
Of course. I think you were
It
talking
happened.
about the map earlier on. So sometimes the map will pick a wrong. If automatically you expect the map to pick where you are, it will pick
Something in the vicinity. So I want to know the margin of error. Okay, you mentioned that you've done a 2.5 kilometer drive.
Yes, my brother.
Yes. 2.5 kilometer ride from the location I was sent to you.
Yes.
That's interesting. So how often do you get this kind of?
Oh, it happens.
It happens.
It happens almost like almost every day. Once you get, it happens.
Eric, do you also experience that?
Normally, it's within certain radius, not far.
Not too far.
Yeah.
Right.
5 minutes, you're there.
And also, this concern about wasting fuel. I got an Uber driver, a ride-hailing driver. I can't say it was an Uber. It was one of them. Told me once that he got a request, and he was somewhere around police headquarters to come pick someone from around the stadium to drive him to Papaya. And he came from police headquarters. So for him, that was a total waste of fuel and time and money, because he drove all the way there to pick the person, only to drop the person at Papaya. So the question is it for you as a driver, Eric? Does that thing happen, and how do we fix that? Because I understand both sides. The person also doesn't know that, hey, this is where you're coming from to kind of pick me up, and this is how much fuel you're probably wasting. And you also don't know how urgent it is for that person to go get their lunch.
So we are thinking about ourselves and the fuel as well. The fuel prices have increased, and like the other guy was saying,
the service
charges
well.
the companies have increased. Now both, I think they are doing 25. So if I have to drive for 10 minutes and drop you off 5 minutes, I'm losing. So what I'll do is every request that comes in more than 5 minutes, I'm not going. You understand? But the best thing is to either test the person or call the person, because of the distance.
But do you get to see how far you're going prior?
Of course.
Okay, so you know where you're going.
No, you don't know where you're going, but you know where you're going to pick the person up.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Would it help if you knew where you're going?
It will help.
But wouldn't that mean that there'll be more cancellations?
Most people cancel it.
That's very
true. I think
true.
even with the cancellation now, they are realizing it, so they are giving limits to how many other rides
trips you can cancel.
You can cancel. Yes.
Ah.
Recently, initially we could cancel a lot, but now they've released it to just two.
Oh wow! I was going to talk about the one last thing that was my pet peeve with ride-hailing apps, which was card payments. Yes, because I'm almost always cashless, and anytime I request, and they see that as a card and they cancel on me. I stood at one place for almost 45 minutes just waiting for my ride, all because, and then one driver actually told me, bruh, it's because it's card though.
You know what's interesting? Just before Michael and I got here, we were like, based on the experiment we want to try, I think the car trips would be a very, very, very big problem, because they don't seem to like it. Is there a reason? Would you be able to tell us?
I don't know.
Are you allowed to tell us why?
No. This is the you see. I don't know about the other ones, other hailing services, but with mine, the reason why a courier rider will reject a card payment is because he wouldn't get his money.
Why?
If you pay with card, he wouldn't get his money. So you see, the thing is, whatever money that the customer is paying, mine is in it. So if it's 15 cedis, if mine is 10 cedis, I'll take my 10 cedis and give the 5 cedis to the service, the courier service. That is how it works. So I think that will be the reason why they will be rejecting the card card payments. Sure.
So what I heard one time, I was talking to one of the drivers. He was like, they hold the money. Like when you do the card payments, they hold the money till you do enough trips to cover up that cost that they have taken from the rider, and then they just smoothen it over. So he was like, so what if I never make enough trips to cover up that payment? That means that I'm never going to. So if every person I pick is using card, you are never going to pay me, because you are presuming that I will make the money back. It was a very interesting thing he explained to me, and it was fair.
So all too soon, we ran out of time. One last message, then I will sign out. I drive, and what I noticed from lady riders is that they often make requests when they are not ready to set out. You arrive and wait for long, and when they finally get in the car, they will be putting pressure on you, the driver, to hurry up, drive fast like a racing car. It happened to me today, and I have to make 120-kilometer trip in town. It's too bad. Wow. The ladies, we beg you, request when you are 2 minutes to ready, and don't put pressure on the driver to drive 120 kilometers per hour in town. So,
Kobe,
yes.
before we go, I would like to say something.
Yeah, sure. Slide.
I want to tell everyone that look, no rider or courier rider would like to delay your food because they work with time. So if they are calling you for a reason. For all you know, they know where you are. So they wouldn't even worry themselves trying to fix this map to now follow 10 left, 10 right, 10 go forward, do this, do that. So please, if you are pleading with them, if a rider calls you, just answer the call. Tell them where you are. Oh, I'm here. I'm there. Okay. If he knows there, fine. If he doesn't know there, it's okay, fine. I'm coming. Using the map, I'm coming. Simple.
You too, if you call and they don't pick, text them. Sometimes they may be in a meeting.
And that one too. Kobe, look, you pick an order, you get to the drop-off location, and you call a customer. You call. Customer will never answer. Sometimes switch off. Worst case, you have to report it. And when they cancel the food, they'll tell you to take it to the office.
Wow.
You have to. That one here.
So thank you very much, guys, for joining me. Thank you, Prince, my producer. Thank you, Selwyn. Thank you, Abeku and Dennis. And yes, we have been nominated.
Okay, so stop talking. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, it will please you to know that our great host Spikey has been nominated for an award. That is the Discovery of the Year award for the ENY 2021 awards.
Cue the claps.
So, since there are no claps, we must press for time. Now, you can help him win this award. There are 3 simple steps you need to do. Actually, 4. First one, go to enyafrica.com and look for their Discovery of the Year poll. You will see him there with 2 other people that are not important. Vote for him. Then number 2, on ENY Africa's Instagram account, you will find a post with his picture on it with his coily hair. We're going to retire his Spiky nickname in a while. Like that image. And thirdly, text ENY Kobina Ofe.
Is that pronounced my name?
Actually, you know what? We'll post the information.
Yeah, we'll post it. Because the way you're brutalizing my name.
Yeah, I'll scatter. We'll post the information on how to text, the short code to text, and how to vote for him by text message onto our Telegram page. And also, number 4, very important, share this with your friends. We help you, now help us to help him win this award.
Yeah, let's bring it home.
Yeah, we will. Thank you very much, Michael, for that. And Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. So you can vote and then watch Geek Squad. And I'll catch you next week.